Oh my god. And just rip that sucker right off. Yours is like a hot rod compared to ours.
I know. You should see my daughter's, the two-wheel drive one, how low it is. On hers, here to the ground is like 7 inches.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
The Golden is twice as low to the ground as my truck.
Yeah. That's kind of, imagine that bumper bed on this kind of body. That's how my daughter's truck sits.
There's no blocks on it.
No, that's just how it sits, right?
Yeah, it just sits right on the axle.
Well, I know I got something new going.
Mirrors?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
They're still wrapped in box. They are brand new.
One of your...
They are brand new.
One of your...
Glad you're the one that got them.
I
So-
saw
They look good on
I saw
that.
you post them and
That
I was
height,
like...
that height of your truck, it's just going to look right on it.
I saw you post these and I was like, how about just these and $40 for the...
Yeah,
for the,
no, that's cool.
instead of 100 because I saw the... I was looking for mirrors.
I don't know if you've seen them or not. So you've got the bracket. Have you seen the ones that the old school ones for towing, where the whole thing can fold out one more direction? They're really cool. Next time I find a picture of it, I'll send it to you, because if you're going to make your own brackets, it would be really kick-ass if you could do that. So basically, it's like, imagine this mount, here and here. Imagine that mounted out here, okay? And instead of this being swung up this way, this bolt is here, so it's swung in. The mirror's still in the same spot, but then you can swing the whole thing out and have your mirrors out wide for towing a trailer.
Oh, she can change it.
Yeah.
I think I've seen stuff like that.
It's pretty cool. It's just the older version of that stuff, and I know they made it on some of the bigger trucks. I've seen, like, the guys that got the camper special ones have that. Yeah.
This one's got some weirdo stuff on it.
Yeah, that's probably
I
like
took
an
those buzzers
aftermarket.
off the other day, so I duct taped them on quick for pictures.
Are you selling these, or are you gonna?
No, I'm
keep them for spares?
Yeah, I'm keeping
They seem
them
to
for
be kind of hard to come by.
I got those
They're not.
two.
Yeah.
My original two. These two are from Dan Hayes.
Yeah.
The one that was right here has a big crack in it. Right here, though, the original one.
Okay.
He's gonna pick the best two and then take those two and that grill for re-chroming.
And all the other odds and ends and.
Okay.
Yeah.
I found a place for chroming that'll do pot metal and all that stuff too. If you get into that, I want to get some the mid-60s Travelalls have a bunch of, they have trim here, and there's like a little wing piece.
Yeah, those are
and
cool.
there's no such thing as a good piece unless you redo it. So I want to take hers out and get them all fixed up.
I think I'm gonna have to have some of this stuff for the back because I don't have it for here, obviously.
Yes, who does?
You have some?
I think I do.
Really?
I think I do. I think I have a full spare set for travel, and this would be the same.
That's awesome.
I'll have to look at it. I have to get it all out and really look at what I have. Because I'm still moving stuff to the new garage, so I've got like piles of stuff everywhere. I'm trying to actually like write down what I have. Because I'm trying to get. I'm at the
this
point.
thing's filled to the brim with random shit.
I've collected enough from all the stuff I've been trying to pick up over the years, and now I've collected enough for all the projects that I'm finishing. I kind of know what I need and what I don't need at this point.
I don't know if Travelall does that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not going to be different.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get it close.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a certain length that works, then
Yeah.
just turn it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. It's worth a try. It's worth bringing them by one, or if you're over.
Yeah.
you guys are over next weekend, I'll get them out so we can kind of play around with them.
Yeah, so if you haven't noticed, we're filming a repair video right
I see that. That's cool.
Well, what we're going to do
I would have
is
dressed up,
we'll
but
make a video like we do.
yeah,
You fit right in.
I know.
So what we're going to think about doing is we're going to make an episode of you here looking at our stuff and us at your house.
Oh yeah, cool.
Like the same thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're saying I need to get the scout out from behind the garage then too? Yeah.
But
Cool.
That's my new bed on the back.
This thing sits nice. I like.
Yeah.
I like the way it sits.
it turned out good. I mean,
It's really nice.
And these are just like 32.
Okay.
You want to put 35s on right now. With mine having a 6-inch lift
Yeah.
and this being stock, our door handles are even.
Wow.
So that's how much they wrapped the frame with the C series.
Yeah.
Hey Marty, watch this.
Everyone's got the right way to do everything and whatever.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is, like I painted the roof on my truck because it was it was starting to fade through to the point where it was getting rusty, and also I had the split between the gutters. The rain was able to get in between, so I was able to seam seal it and just do it all. That's what, $200 worth of paint on that roof.
Yeah.
Because I did it myself. I don't need anything crazy. I'm not trying to make a show vehicle, but I'm trying to preserve it and make it, like, keep it nice.
Right.
That's all I'm after.
Yeah.
I've often considered painting mine white just because it's.
To keep it cooler. I know. I noticed the difference because mine used to be that blue color. It does make a big difference. And I got all those stinking windows in there.
Right.
It gets hot.
My whole top on this is going to be white, and then the bottom's going to be blue. I think I'm going to try to paint it that blue. I just threw that on there just to do whatever.
Yeah, just to try it out.
Yeah, it's the same as my engine paint. That is my engine
You
paint.
can't go wrong with painting this. It's just a cool truck.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
There's nothing about it that you would dislike when you're done.
There's so many haters, like when we've done so
I'm just not posting my loads anymore.
You're gonna die if you go out like that, but you can see his penetration. Obviously, it's good, and it's way more beefy, and he's still gonna box this stuff. Nothing is gonna happen.
Yeah.
People will be like, "Oh, you're gonna die."
Well, and you know, you've got guys out there with really nice shops and guys that do all this kind of work professionally.
Right.
I'm just a random
Right,
person.
I'm the same. I have if people saw my actual garage that I've done all the work I've done in, they'd laugh. They'd be like, how the hell did you do all that in there?
Well, look at mine.
But
It took me 2 days to cut those
you make it
plates
work.
and boxing plates.
You work with what you got, right? They're deeper, right? They got a
Yeah.
whole pocket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was just thinking, like, if I ever want to replace this, I'd either have to find something from a Travelall, or just
Yes.
get like a C series door and add more.
Yeah. Absolutely. Taking care of the store.
Yeah. And this might be one of the rarest pieces in the whole vehicle.
Yeah,
This door.
that's true. And this thing.
Yeah, this is fiberglass.
You don't see that on anything other than this, though.
on the AMDs, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this off. There's studs in here. I was talking to Debbie, who worked on Queenie.
Okay,
and there's like studs in here.
Yeah,
And
because
when
they had that entire thing apart.
Yeah, when they took this apart, they broke all the studs out and they had to put new ones in.
Okay.
'Cause they just fell out. I'm gonna have to figure out.
Yeah,
what
pick their brain on anything you can because they know everything.
I'm gonna
that
treat
they're
this
doing
thing very,
well.
very carefully.
Yeah.
There's one.
Maybe take it to actually, you don't have to take it anywhere, but you can use. You ever work with any fiberglass? No. The resin that can go over it. It's pretty easy to work with. It's just like it's almost like epoxy.
Yeah.
And it is sandable.
I'm definitely gonna do this off the truck and paint it and all that.
Yeah.
I gotta buy all the tools, like guns and everything.
Right. Well, it depends. Again, it depends on who you ask. But I know some guys that are really good painters, and they all tell me just get some cheap, crappy paint guns, use them, throw them out. They're not that much worse than the expensive ones. And then you spend half your time just cleaning everything out every time you work. So just get all of your work ready, get all of your painting done all at the same time. That's what I did with all my interior pieces on mine. I took every single thing apart, I had it all set up, finished the job. I did clean that particular gun out, but at least you're not doing it over and over, you know?
Yeah.
Just set it up, do everything you can at once.
Today we took,
So this is the engine that's staying, right?
Yeah.
This is that one you picked up in, was it Minnesota?
yep, we just stuck this hose in a gas tank earlier today, and I barely even pulled the trigger, and it was idling like a Swiss watch.
Is this one a 240 or 220?
It's a
241.
241.
Okay. Cool.
VG.
Yeah. So I had an excuse to paint it pretty.
Yeah, why not? If you had it out, you may as well do it. It's easy to work on it. Keep it
This wasn't supposed to be painted like this. I just did it for fun. There's POR with it.
okay.
This radiator is from the Golden. This shroud, this fan, the oil pan, the oil pump, the mount, all of the hardware and rubber for it.
Yeah.
This is from the Golden right here. This piece.
Temperature sensor.
Okay.
We had to take the...
A bunch of hose clamps are too.
We had to take the Golden oil pan and put it on here because the BG240 that was in a 62
Different
had
pump?
a rear sump.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't fit in.
Okay.
So this oil dipstick, when it says add oil, that means full because it's hitting a different spot in the pan.
Oh, okay.
There is a nub there
Makes
that
sense.
we could have tried to take it out, but we didn't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
See this?
If you know what's up, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That is a plug where this dipstick
For the other
is
dipstick.
in my truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to pull one of those out for the engine I put in mine.
The
just
eye
decided
and
it wasn't
oil
worth
is the empty line.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, as long as you know,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I just didn't think it was worth trying to move that tube there just for that.
Yeah.
Plus, I kind of like it better over here. Mine is always,
Right. So,
It kind of rubs right at the center of the pan, but it just makes it down a bit. Right at the end there.
right.
It just makes it down. This is from a B series. This was posted by Dave Thompson on Facebook a couple years ago. It just popped up, and I was like, I need that. And I got
He's a good guy. He's a good resource too.
yeah.
He's got a lot of cool stuff in his stash.
One of the donut gaskets on it is from Schmudlack, and one of them I think is from David Thompson's truck.
Okay.
those donuts, I don't know why they're so hard to find.
I had a real problem finding it.
Mine fell off one time, and I was driving by a Martys, and the guy, he had no idea what I was talking about. He said, let me check one thing. He went back and checked in the junk drawer and brought it out, and I said, awesome, what do you want for it? He said, I don't even know how to charge you for this, just take it.
That's great.
Yeah.
You gotta love that.
I don't even know what happened. It fell out on the road. I think it broke in half, and it
Oh,
might have
and
fell in.
rattled out. Yeah.
Or fell in the
I
front.
have one broken in half in the garage that I actually broke in half.
Okay.
And then I couldn't find one. I got lucky at Schmudlack.
They're very brittle, like graphite.
Yeah. I had it in the vise because I was cleaning it. I thought it was steel, not graphite or whatever they are.
It's just cast that's been heat treated 1 billion times.
Yeah, I tried the ones. They're Chevy diesel. I want to say like mid '80s Chevy diesel donuts on those the IHV8. It's got a little steel tube almost that shoves up into the manifold. So it's located in there nice. It doesn't fall out easy, but it's also flat because the problem you get too is with those when you tighten them up, if they're not perfectly level, perfectly flat manifold, they leak and they're awful to get dialed in. So I did both of them with those, and first try they were perfect.
Me and him had a difficult time trying to get this in. One was under and one was above. And
We have a hard time finding this size because the internet, you got two exhausts, so it's smaller.
Yes.
It's just this one, like larger exhaust.
I'm gonna have to deal with that with my wife's truck.
Yeah, because you got the VG265 in there, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably just the same exhaust.
the Golden has
Do you have does yours have a Holly 401 or a carburetor like this?
It's a Holly.
Yeah, I never seen one of these. But
I
they're the same.
have not either.
This came with it when we got it from wherever. This is from a 62 two-door.
I've seen this since,
Yeah.
but I never
Is
seen
it a rebuilt? Is that what that says?
I think it is. But it
Yeah.
just
I don't know what kind that is. I've never seen that
I
either.
don't know Stromberg, but it just worked
This
perfect.
stuff gets old enough you don't know what anything came
Rochester
from.
or whatever. And yeah.
Yeah. That's cool that it runs nice though.
And then that, I took a whole coffee cup of
I remember
lead out of
I
there.
remember seeing that post.
That's in this bucket here.
Yeah. This is not bad to do.
Right.
And if I remember right, you still got your old doors, right?
Yeah.
This is almost the exact same curve.
I got this.
So if you've got
That's true, Brody.
if you've
We
got a
got
sheet
those-
off one of the doors, that's your piece for here.
We got those doors in the bed of the truck in the backyard.
Yeah,
That would pass that hole.
Yeah.
that's true.
Because on my daughter's Travelall, I had to replace on hers, like if this were a quarter panel, this whole back edge in here, and I had the dented quarter panel that I cut out. The upper part here, this curvature on a Travelall, is the same as the very bottom, like almost right on the money.
I was gonna.
So I didn't
try
have to
use
do
that
a
stuff
lot.
right there behind you.
Oh, this.
Yeah, some of that. Not
Okay.
the thinner stuff.
But if you take that door, you'll have the same curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he lets me sacrifice a door, I might.
It's worth sacrificing a door.
Yeah, I think
I've got
I'm at a
extra
point-
doors.
I'm at a point where I have like 6 doors up there and 2 in the back.
All right. Yeah, as long as you've got 8 doors, you can sacrifice a door.
Yeah, we can figure out what that is for. That's massive iron on his roof.
I've got.
Oh yeah.
Somebody must have just, I don't even know.
I got one of these. Don't jump in it.
It's
It's
just
fine.
sitting. No, I'm just curious about that.
I don't know,
I
maybe
got
it
one
was,
of these radios here.
Is that a hinge on the front or both?
it's just a massive,
Was there it had a flatbed, right?
like this.
Was there a rack on it?
Just a headache rack, but maybe it lined up with that, or maybe there's something missing.
I bet you they had something that went on that very front point at the top,
Yeah.
and they ran everything across. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
I'm gonna take. I don't need it.
Was that in this thing?
No, but when I was at Schmudlack's house, I was saying I wish that this had one. And he went into a barn and pulled one of these out and gave me the worst looking one. Okay, I'm gonna take out all this stuff in here. And I don't need any of this.
Yeah,
I have a new radio there that's Bluetooth.
Yeah.
I mount it up to the ceiling and how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And it'll be the blue like that color.
Right.
And I'm gonna cut out this front and have a new radio in there, so I only need the shelf.
Okay.
But I don't need any of this stuff.
I would carefully take all that out.
Yeah.
You'll find someone that wants it.
I was wondering if anybody would. There's like tubes and stuff in there.
Yeah. You don't want that.
This truck is filled with NOS stuff from where we got it in.
They just gave us all of the rest of their stuff.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
Wow.
I'm trying to figure out stuff that
Like
sell.
here's an automatic
Yeah. Automatic
pump
cover.
Just we've got all the new heater ducting and everything.
Now is this that bed you guys picked up?
Yeah, this is the one from Kentucky. It
Is this
started
thing-
out. This started out its life as a 9-foot bed.
This guy must have put 1,000,000 hours into it.
This is from his orange truck. This back wall.
Okay.
And he put it in here because when he got this bed as a 9-foot, somebody else had already cut this out of it.
Okay.
So this is like 2 different beds that started out as a 9-foot, and then it's just he did a really good job.
It's nice and solid.
It's very solid.
A fair amount out of the front and
Yeah. And then how do your skins attach?
They screw right on.
Right on top?
Yeah.
Does it hook over?
They screw right on, and there's
I've seen
trim
them, but
on
I've
it.
never really looked that hard at them.
sheet metal there.
Yeah.
They just screwed to the step side and then put the
Wow.
on top and said, "Look at this."
This is from the same truck
It's
that my
no
hood is
wonder
from
they
California.
Okay.
I mean, it ain't nothing but top can metal to show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody thought they were gonna have it for 60 years.
Right.
The step side bed rail under here is 100% gone.
Yeah.
Just by water getting under
Yeah.
there and sitting between
Like,
them
it's-
layers.
This screws to this.
And
which
this is
screws
kind
to
of a
the
flat
rail.
surface here, right? So it had room to sit there and just.
There's
pull
no
up.
wheel wells in here either, so it throws it all
Oh
back up.
yeah. You get all the dirt and
Yeah.
crap.
It's
stuck in
kind
there.
of sickening.
Yeah, we were thinking if we found a step side with wheel wells, we would leave them in there
Yeah.
and then just get rid of it.
The dude from Kentucky did have wheel wells, but I didn't have enough money. I'm probably gonna get like something plastic from like these new cars or trucks and just put one of those in there.
You know what else is easy to work? And I've done it. I did it on a Scout A before. Just make it out of sheet aluminum. And I actually took some like a foam pad and glued it on the backside of the aluminum, so when stuff hit it, it's not tinny sounding. Like it's just quiet.
Yeah.
That worked out pretty well, actually. Get creative with that stuff. I mean, look, the important part that you can't replicate is all good, though, right? It's all
and these pieces here are actually chrome. This bit. Yeah, so this is probably a rare bit too. And this tailgate's good. It's not very dented.
Innards work. But for some reason, somebody booger welded this handle on 90 degrees wrong.
It's supposed to be this way, not this way. Like somebody broke it off and put it on the wrong way.
Sure.
This bed had already been off my truck before, we think, because everything on the bottom was already very buckled. So we don't. It sits on the skin when you put it down, and somebody had done that before. So we didn't care about doing that.
We found.
I suppose getting that curve wouldn't be too bad because it's a pretty gentle curve.
On this side, it only slopes down. On this side, there's actually design.
Okay.
Also, the same red bullet, but maybe a little bit more aggressive.
This is obviously not true from what it was on.
Yeah.
But when I put it back on my truck and paint this blue and white, I'm gonna put this back because it is true on my truck now.
Okay.
Because they wrote that on there and it's not true on the gold.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that.
You can jump up and down on this bunker of the gold and make the whole thing touch the ground.
Yeah, this wouldn't be that bad to do. Yeah. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but
it's the top and the bottom.
The curve you have to make is pretty easy to do overall.
This spot here has
and you have a template already too. And here's the thing, keep in mind. You get the curve right on one side, it's going to be the same curve on the other side.
Yeah.
So once you've got it patterned the way you want it, you can make the next one.
As soon as I finish my frame extension, paint the back of my frame, and mount my cab, we're going to put this on my truck and get pictures and everything.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take it all down in pieces.
Okay.
And a half-ton axle under it.
Oh, yeah, that could be.
But also, the Jubilee's half-ton axle has a rear cover. This does not have a rear cover, which makes me believe that this is really international, but I wonder if that Jubilee even has an international.
Or maybe it doesn't.
Because your daughter's half-ton Travelall probably doesn't.
It's a 44.
Does it have a rear cover?
Yes.
Okay, well then it's the same as the Jubilee.
Okay.
But this is a 5-lugger international front and the smooth deep
Oh, look
rear.
at that. I don't know if I've seen one like that. That might be a lot older. That might be like,
or this was really from a half-ton Air Force truck, 2-wheel drive, and it was always there.
that might be like LRS series half-ton.
Yeah, I just don't know.
You should throw a picture up because I'm not really sure. I've only seen the big ones.
I know this frame is the same as mine,
Yeah.
so I don't know if they just threw a half-ton axle under it, or if.
Yeah, it could be any axle too. You never know.
Or did the C series actually change their frame from half to 3/4 like A series did? I don't know that.
I don't know.
Because I never seen a half-ton C.
Right, and well, hers is a torsion bar front suspension, so the frame is different than the straight axle ones. Anyway.
But this frame is the same as mine.
Okay.
And the leaf pack is even big.
Yeah, it is.
But it's a half-ton axle.
Right.
So I'm just thinking that they threw that axle under there, but if it were a half-ton Air Force truck and they cut it up to make a trailer, that'd make more sense to me than ruining a 3/4.
Yeah.
Plus the half-ton Air Force trucks had beefier frames.
I don't know.
Or maybe the front half was ruined.
I don't know if they even sold half-tonners to the Air Force.
They had
Did
like
they?
C-112 2-wheel drive.
Okay.
So like heavy halves, I guess is probably what they did.
Yeah. Maybe heavier spring.
Mine's like considered a C-122, but I don't. It's exactly.
Right.
This can only go like another 1.5 inches lower.
Okay.
When we look at cleaning, the bed rail on cleaning is only a hair over the door handle.
Yeah. It's a
Oh,
little bit
right,
higher
right.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So we're
Because
thinking,
the back door trim comes down slightly.
yep,
Mhm.
and it lines up with this, way back here.
Yeah.
So we don't. It could be that this is physically deeper because it's a C-series. But everybody in the world will tell you that the step side beds are exactly the same from the 50s
That's
all the
what
way
I
to
keep
75.
hearing. Yeah, I hear that from everybody too.
The C-Series mounts are on the front, and there's a cross member on the middle because that bed should ride right here.
Yeah.
And that one right now is up like this, and their C-Series mounts jacking it up over here because I gotta remove it.
This is different though. Is on these frames,
We're flat and it's this way
we
down.
come up here, or just under this,
come
under
way
this
up.
area. It comes up here, and then it's straight all the way back.
And this bed basically about right here-ish is right on that.
And these
And it
blocks
can't
are
go
way
lower.
bigger than my dad's original blocks.
Yeah.
They're like twice the size.
Those
His
blocks
original
actually
right
had
there.
IHs on them.
Yeah, they do.
But like, so this axle, which you might want if you want it, is the same as your daughter's, I'm sure. It's a Dana 44.
Yeah, it's a 44.
This is our
Hers
own.
is a 4-lug.
Really?
Yes.
What?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even
It's
know they
different.
had a 4-lug.
I
Yeah.
didn't either. I assumed they were all 5 or 6.
Weird.
They always like to make it weird. Just for fun.
They always do. They gotta throw you in a loop.
I did not know that.
But yeah,
it was
these are the
a 4-lug.
tapered axle.
Look at this
tapered
right
axle
here.
shafts.
This is broken right there.
Oh yeah.
Like that must have
Well,
been
then
a
you guys
really
had
cataclysmic amount
a
of
bad
damage.
time of getting this out, right? Wasn't it all locked up?
3 wheels
Yeah.
were stuck.
Yeah. So you kind of dragged it out.
Now it rolls easy, but we had a hard time getting it on the trailer. Brody was sitting in the cab full of wasps, trying to steer the front tires where one was frozen,
Yeah.
and he had we put a pin between the fork of his Bobcat through here,
Okay.
and he was lifting it
Oh.
while crooked, and Brody was like, "Ah!"
It's like a bad amusement park ride.
Yeah, we had
It's
a hard time.
definitely that.
And
Yeah,
when
that's
we
for
got
sure.
it home, we tied it to that tree, and I just drove the trailer out from underneath it like pulling a tablecloth.
There's always somebody who's gonna complain about something. There's no such thing as everybody being happy about everything all the time. It's just not gonna happen.
I bet everyone hates me because I'm parting a golden.
Well, there's some couple of comments today. If that's a real golden, then don't part it. And I
Yeah.
said, too late.
There's a point you reach with them though. Like I see it that it's there. It's at that point it's not quite worth
No, I mean,
trying
like, it needs everything Brody's needs, but Brody's is the one that needs to come out. Like, this one, 20 grand in there, and it's like, okay.
Right.
I can have this.
Also, I needed all the parts from that. It was one or the other, honestly.
Yeah.
And I bought that truck just to fix mine and put all the rare stuff on it that wasn't there.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a rear bumper. Now I have a chrome rear and a chrome front.
If suspension and stuff was like worth it on here and not like broken halves and everything, this was the only one you had and you were gonna throw like a Remy in there or something, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna take it down to like cross members and have cross members in stock and 2 frame rails.
Realistically too, you guys aren't the sort to throw everything away when you're done with it.
No, it goes in the shop.
I know.
Or in a
Sound
steel
like-
pile, or in a scrap pile.
I'm the
right
same
there.
way. I've got pieces that look like they're useless, but you never know.
Yeah,
Get
the
a graft
design
in some
parts.
steel or whatever else.
I'm going to be taking these cross members off of here,
Yeah.
specifically the one in the front, because I would be nervous about it rusting out. And then I'm going to take all these
wanna
off and
pull
have
that off?
2 rails. Let's just look here. Because this
Just
cross
take it off.
member right here,
Oh.
you want to just take it off? Or we can just hold it.
No, we're gonna take a picture.
I want this cross member right there. Because if that rusts out on my truck, I will be done.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
my
if it
truck
gets
mounts
a-
right under that block of wood right there.
Front
Doesn't
end
mount that.
That's kind of
collision
a
or
crazy
anything.
mount.
It is, and it's just really thick and curvy.
Well, this
Yeah.
whole front's in
I'm gonna
solid
steal
shape,
all
too.
these cross members.
This is going on the wall until or when or if you ever needed it.
This is going on my truck. This is better than mine.
Yeah.
There's only one rust spot.
This hole
Here.
right here is for the drain plug on his radiator to drain.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
off of this, mounted through these holes. Maybe there was holes under the slab.
Is it the one that looks like almost like a horseshoe of sorts? I had that on the Metro, the old Metro.
I'm gonna take this engine
kind of stuff.
apart.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this completely apart down to this piece and the block and everything. Just have a bunch of different engine parts.
See these intake and exhaust manifolds are 2-bolt and smaller than our 240s. And this has a different base plate, so this Poly 1904 won't bolt to mine.
So like this is something.
Yeah, I ran into the 2 different size base plates too, because I had the same thing. I had a good carb from the Metro, and it wouldn't fit the 265.
Right.
Like not even close.
Right. Like it was a half-inch difference in those 2 bolts.
Yeah. The window motor's different than a C, isn't it?
It's really similar.
Or is it close? It kind of looks like it could be close.
Very similar.
Or maybe just the bracket that it's on. The motor might be the exact same motor.
Look at
the bracket on the firewall's a little different.
this. This is what goes through the block right here.
Yeah. I always thought that was the weirdest thing. The first time I saw that, I couldn't believe that that's how it goes.
The hole's still in my end.
Yeah.
Just over the years, it's still there.
That's another thing that I need off this truck for mine.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah, save everything you can.
Yeah.
It's not like you can just go to the store and pick it
No,
up.
definitely not.
Somebody was just looking for a 3-on-a-tree column the other day.
Yeah.
And we had one, but we're hoarders, so we're not gonna need that.
No, I'm gonna sell that too.
What's in your 64? 3-on-a-tree?
It's automatic.
Oh, that's nice.
When we were
No, but I found a 2-piece automatic column for it. So I'm good to go because I want to put power steering on hers.
Yeah, we're gonna.
My kid's strong, but I don't want to make her struggle in the parking lots too bad, you know?
No, it's tough. Even I do.
when we were doing my oil pan, there were little pinholes in it, and me and Dad struggled for like 2 days to weld it up
I can't.
and to put JB Weld on it. And I'm pretty sure Addie came out and was like, "Why don't you just buy a new one?" And I was like, "From where?"
I can't weld the whole air.
It kept leaking water, so we JB welded.
If people don't realize how hard it is to make something watertight, airtight
So
with
hard.
welding, it's
So
not as
hard.
easy as it seems.
I watch these guys.
I had to do it I worked for my brother-in-law's HVAC shop. We had to make,
Piping and stuff.
we had to do ducts for smoke, smoky vac duct work, and that all had to be welded, and it had to be, you had to inspect it with lights and smoke and everything, and you think you're a good welder, and you do the whole thing, and then you check it, and you're like, how is it possible I missed this, and this?
That was our reaction every time. We were
It's
like,
a challenge.
"How is it gonna
It's not
do it?"
easy.
Every time we did it, we'd fill it with water and it would form a drip.
We couldn't even
I can't
see
even
lights
believe
with our
it.
eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's hard to do. I did that. I did pinholes on an oil bath air cleaner, the one on my daughter's truck, because it leaked out of the bottom. I was so pissed when I first filled it up. It's pouring all over everything. But it was a pain to get that to not leak anymore. It took a while.
when we finally got extremely close,
yeah.
we just put JB Weld on it.
Your worst hubcap is in a box, brand new.
And it's bad because it was in a box, right?
Yeah. Because the box holds moisture.
Well, I'm gonna.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
gonna
what
get
caused these to do that.
That's weird.
They must. I bet they're sitting somewhere for years.
They probably just got wet, but they're straight.
Oh, yeah.
So I can get these over to the plating
Like
guy.
this one has speckles, probably
Yeah.
because it was like new
Well,
in
the
the
box holds moisture.
Right.
Yeah, but I can get these plated and they'll look gorgeous because they're not dented. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I've got enough.
You had one already, right?
I've got 2 for the front that are fine to cut because I cut out this. Yeah, and then these I'll get them plated. I've got one NOS one that's like perfect. Like it's
Do you
flawless.
think that this one had white painted ones originally?
Yes.
Are you gonna do that or
I'm
not?
gonna paint them white. I've been on the fence about it, and I photoshopped it a few different ways, and it looks really cool with the hubcaps. It doesn't look so good without them.
Were the rims painted white?
Yeah, the wheels will be white. wheels, same as the top. The chrome caps. The only thing I don't like covering these up because the full floaters are cool.
Yeah.
But it does look good. So it'll look nice when I do it.
We just got done talking to Marty for the first half of our rear repairs episode, where he's going to come here and look at our stuff, and then we're going to go see him and look at his stuff. He just called me from 1 mile out down the road that said, "Hey guys, what are you doing?" Guess what dipshit trusted his gas gauge?
We gotta go rescue him now. He ran out of gas.
I trust my gas gauge all the time. That's why I carry 2 of these. So we're gonna go pour some gas in Marty's Travelall.
We have to save Marty because he ran out of gas. Poor Marty.
I wonder what side his fuel tank is.
Poor Marty.
I'm gonna stop him on my way in Marengo. So that's totally what I was gonna do. It's right there, it's not very far. Oh my god.
I have 2 of these in my truck. We ran out of gas.
Random weird things always has to happen.
Yeah.
There's always one
I
problem.
guess we weren't done talking, right?
We had to see it one more time.
The one that popped. Right.
God, it's cold out here.
Yeah.
It got really cold all of a sudden.
You know what really sucks?
What?
I didn't tell you guys. My keyboard is not in the truck right now.
Oh no!
Here's the question.
You don't have any holes at all, do you?
Alright. I'll get you back anyway. Got anything I can or I think it's more just a touched up part. Or anything.
Electric fuel pump.
Absolutely.
We saved him!
No, I'll make it. My oldest is home. I told her I might need her to pick her up in worst case, but she's over at Elgin Community College. So I think I'm closer to there than I am to home anyway.
There's always something.
Yes, it is.
And it's always the simplest thing.
At least it's a simple one. Well, like I said, it's the same thing. Been working on the engine and everything, so your mind goes to bad places real quick.
I just thought that I fixed my fuel gauge problem because this new cell I got has the direct old range.
Yeah.
My fuel gauge is still bad. Like it's 3/4 when it's full.
Mine is the same thing.
Yeah.
And quarter tank is maybe half full, but maybe empty.
Alright, we saved Marty for real this time.
All right.
Goodbye for real this time.
Thanks, guys.
Very good.
Okay, so it's been several months since the last time we saw Marty. and we are going to be going to his house right now to deliver the axles from my truck and a trailer that we broke trying to make another trade with somebody for our front end clip. But yeah, so we're gonna head over there right now and check out what he's got over there. Maybe I'll buy some trim from him. We'll see.
This is the second half of the repair video where Marty came to our house and looked at our stuff, and now we're bringing down a couple of axles and an old trailer, and that's what we're doing here. So we're gonna check this stuff out.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you got here? How many trucks now?
Wait, what?
How many trucks you got right now?
Right now I got 6. One is sold and going, hopefully in a couple weeks. And it was going to be a parts truck, and found a guy that's going to rescue it and use it, which is great. I was going to sell it for parts, and he convinced me to sell him a piece of Travelall glass that needs to finish it and a few other things. So kind of cool that he's able to save it. I'd rather save one than just part it out if I can. It's solid enough. The Travelette's parked around the corner. It's kind of on the back burner once again. It seems to happen a lot, but it's really clean, and when I do it, I want to do it right, so I want to spend the time.
And that's a 66.
It might be the masterpiece when I'm finally going all out on something.
That's a 66 ex-USAF truck that used to have the silver bed, but when he got it, it had no bed, and they ended up finding a normal short bed Travelette bed for it, and he moved the axle back and is going to extend the drive shaft, and then it will be the same length as mine.
Yep.
Was the frame back there the same? You just had to move it?
It was
Yeah,
great.
so I hadn't messed with the frame at all. I just moved the springs. There's enough movement for the springs to go back. They're a little close to the rear wheel opening, but I figured it's better turning radius, so why not just leave it?
And you had to
And,
knock
and
all
how
the
many
rivets.
people know what it's supposed to look like anyway?
Right,
So
not many.
I just wanted to ride and drive nice.
And did you have to knock all the rivets off and then bolt the hangers?
Yeah, I drilled all the rivets out.
So on that truck,
Yeah.
all they did was move the axle forward. There was nothing else different. You just had to put it back.
It's a
more?
shorter frame.
It is short.
It is a slightly shorter frame.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why.
I don't know for sure, but I think it might be like a Travelall size frame.
Didn't you
I
say
could be wrong
like
about that.
7 inches was how much you moved the wheels?
Yeah, it's about 7 inches.
It
How
makes
do you remember
sense.
that?
I remember everything. Because also the end of your frame in front of them bed cutouts is about 7 inches back.
Yeah.
Because on mine, it's sitting right there.
Yep. So let's see. Other trucks in here.
So those sliver beds are actually shorter then? Because
Yeah.
I thought they might have just moved the wheel.
No, they are shorter.
Okay.
In here's a Travelall that I've been working on for my daughter. It kind of got stalled out too because I had other projects I had to tend to, but
It's looking
this
really
tailgate was completely crushed. This whole quarter panel was smashed into about here, and it was unsavable by someone like me. There were metal guys that said I could save it. I don't agree, but that's okay. So I stitched this all in. I had to skin off this gate completely. Whole bottom corners are replaced because they were all rusted. And my reward was after I was done with all that work, it lined up perfect. So that was really nice. So this was probably the worst part of the whole truck. This thing was saved from a junkyard. So it's just, to me, it's cool that we're saving it in the first place.
It looks really good.
And it had the right look. I
Here's your
couldn't
stitch.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to part it out. I originally bought it for the rear quarter glass, and the more I looked at it, I mean, do you see where it's painted blue?
Yeah.
Still, that's original paint.
Yeah.
You can see how not rusted out it is. It's
very
just
nice.
it's all there. Rusted floors,
I saw that too.
but everything lines up nice on it. I got it to run and drive nicely. The thing that was funny about this one, so I replaced this front cowl. The front cowl was all cut up right in here. It had a big slice in it. And I think what happened, I can't be sure, this was from Missouri, and I think somebody drove it through water, and the fan pulled through the radiator, and one of the blades blew out of the top.
Like
And then they parked it, and never drove it again.
Like they drove it into a creek.
Yeah, something. I don't know what. and then it just probably sat forever. It had a radiator in the back. It was like someone meant to start fixing it up again, and no one ever did, and it just sat forever. And then, so I just found it on Craigslist. It was 8 years ago.
Is this an earlier founder that used to have Z trim?
I don't know.
I figured this could have been trim like.
I don't know what that came from. Oh no, because it would have had the piece that goes here on these.
Right.
Is I got.
Oh, it would have gone on this truck.
That little, it's that little concave piece. I got one somewhere.
In the fender right here.
Yeah.
That's how my.
It's a little.
Golden
It's
is.
a little pot metal piece,
Right.
and they all are
Brody has
more
that,
shape.
but then has continues this way.
Right.
And then on the
Yeah, yours
B
goes
series
lower.
travel, it's
Right.
a lightning bolt, but on mine it goes all the way lower into the bed.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, so when I got this thing running, it was amazing how well it runs, and it fairly low miles. I think the miles were pretty accurate. Yeah, 85,000. And it's kind of a neat truck because someone ordered it a little more different. It had, I have pictures of it somewhere. It had seats I've never seen before. It was a neat pattern.
Mm.
It has a floor mat pattern with like a checkerboard, and it's like pleated. I've never seen one of those before.
Is it in there right now?
I saved the hump. The rest of it was too far gone, but we're gonna put the hump back in it. You can kind of see it through there if you look close.
Oh yeah.
The whole front floor mat was like that. I've never seen that before.
Are these the original seats too?
The rear is, the front one was better than what was in there before. So, whoever ordered this, they ordered it, it's a torsion bar front suspension, but they put an automatic in it. They got a nicer interior and the nicer trim level. And it's got a power lock rear. So,
Are these dashes not? Is that not metal?
that's
No,
the,
it's metal.
Yeah.
I tapped it because the 68 dash is padded because of rules, like
Yeah.
they have side markers too.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was plastic for a second. I was gonna be like, whoa.
No. So all in all, I mean, it is a great candidate to work on. So it runs and drives. Replaced all the brake lines, replaced all the brakes. So I have the gas tank put in it. I got the gas tank refinished. I'm finishing welding the floor on the passenger side so that I can put the gas tank in, and then this thing's going to get the final body work done and get it sprayed.
Yeah.
What are these ones?
So the Travelall under here is one that is going to a new home. The yellow one here. It
What was
needs
that? A 67?
67 two-wheel drive. It's a torsion bar front suspension. Has a busted driver's side quarter glass. Has no rear window. So I've got spares of stuff like that because the guy is a sheet metal guy, and he actually is working on a camper company. He's doing like Overland Camper Company. He wants to use it in advertising and all that. So I'm especially happy to sell it to someone like that. I think it would be really cool.
Right, like something you'd rather not sell at all and just hold on to.
Because I wouldn't normally want to sell those parts off.
Sure.
But if it makes a truck complete, I think it's worth it. So I can't think for myself.
Well, for guys who want to see the brand live.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
This
one.
This one here.
Oh, is this? Oh, this is that two-door.
Short
Oh,
door,
this is
two-door.
that really
I
cool
love this
one.
I
This is
absolutely-
that really cool.
I absolutely
special
love the
one.
look of this one. I've never seen one like it. I've seen the short bed full size in two-wheel drive. The 908 was how they sold it.
My dad was telling me about how special.
I've
this
never
truck is.
seen a half-ton 4x4 short bed. And this one, they ordered it with a lot of cool stuff. They had the custom package and all that.
And usually
Dual tanks.
a short bed pickup truck would have a 7-foot bed.
Brody?
But this has a 6-foot bed like a Travelette, like my truck.
I haven't even cleaned it up.
But generally when they say
There's a light back there.
that a truck is
You're tall
a
enough.
short bed truck, they have 7-foot beds. Like the Jubilee has a 7-foot bed. Little Bondo.
Yeah. That's my, yeah, that's the worst part of the whole truck.
It's not even that bad.
That's my rain ramp.
God, this thing's cool.
So step back and just look at the proportions of it.
Yeah, it's really
It's
right?
very-
It's super short. It's only 9 inches longer than a Scout wheelbase.
You just want to see people burn on.
Yeah.
God, this thing is cool.
So, but it's cool because it's super short, but it's full size.
Somebody had to do like a bunch of crazy special ordering for this, right?
I would imagine so. So some
Is
of the,
that thing on the back there? Is this factory or no?
no, I think someone added that.
It looks good though.
So this is the truck that tailgate was on.
Oh,
So this got hit by a tree. It hit the roof over there. The worst thing on the whole truck is the top
that's what
corner
that
of the roof.
smash did, dude?
Yeah.
We got
That
matches the
headache
color
rack
pretty
saved the
well.
truck probably.
That matches the color pretty well.
It's not bad. So this end cap's pretty crusty. So I'm gonna try to find an end cap for it, just for that side. And then the rest of it, we're just gonna, I don't know what color we're gonna do. We're gonna strip it and spray it at some point.
Is that the bumper? Is that a factory bumper?
No, that's just some weird bumper that
It looks
ended
cool
up
though,
on there.
too.
I'm okay with it.
I think it looks really neat.
whatever they did to make it symmetrical.
Looks like they-
with
Yeah,
a
they folded it
cliff
out.
smack and a-
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty neat, honestly.
It's kind of different, yeah.
Whoever made this thing, I think that what they did looks really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's a front bumper from something because it has
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea what it's
a
from.
push bar on it.
It looks pretty. Is it upside down?
It might be.
I think I feel like it.
I have no idea.
I feel like it's probably upside down
So this one has,
because that would be.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the cool things I know about this one, it is, it's obviously it's 4x4, it's half ton, short bed. It's got the custom interior package.
Flat floor.
Yeah, someone welded that in.
Is there stuff under it?
I have no idea. I haven't really looked that hard yet.
Could be.
So it's got a power lock rear. It's automatic. It's got power steering, power brakes.
Yeah.
It's a 304 engine. It's got the Yankee mirrors on it. It's got dual tanks. So it's got a lot of cool stuff. And the other thing that's interesting on this one is the engine's an emissions model. It's got an emissions tag, which I've not ever really seen that in a 68. I'm sure they're out there, but I've not seen one
So
before.
what does that mean for emissions?
It has
It's
an
just.
EGR valve and some other stuff, so it has like some early type emissions equipment.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's just, I think it's odd. I've never really seen something like that.
No wiper motor.
No, I got a few spare things. That's why I save stuff.
We got one too.
It's got the plastic thing stuff.
It's toast though. If you touch it, if you look at it too hard, it'll collapse.
You look at it, you fuck too hard and walk by.
But to have all the stuff it's got, it's cool. Someone had to order it with all this stuff. It wouldn't have just come that way.
yeah.
And then my wife really likes it, so we're gonna do this one for her. She was gonna have the Travelette before, and she's thinking it's too big, and she's not so comfortable with it. This thing is gonna be really easy to drive.
There's supposed to be numbers on this.
This one,
Yeah.
probably white cap white. Or
How would they
something
be on
the
there?
vent.
Sticker?
It looks like
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so these would have a 1110,
They're just stuck on
or I'm
there?
sorry, an 1100 logo. Yeah, it's like I have it.
I didn't know they were just
I
stuck
found
on there.
one. I found one when I was cleaning the bed out.
I didn't know they were just stuck on there.
Do we have an 1100? I feel like maybe
We have
do.
one that is a V. We have an 1100 but it's a
This.
V.
Oh.
This was in the bed. I think if I clean the crap off of it, I could probably make it decent again. If not, I can get stickers from Scout
Is
Co
that
for
a
it.
sticker?
No,
Or is
it's
it metal?
aluminum.
It's aluminum.
It's even rated the numbers.
Oh, it's weird.
Yeah. Just by chance, there was so much guard bed. Just by chance, this happened to be in the bottom when I was cleaning it.
Yep, that's how Brody found his glove box.
I got-
door.
My glove
I
box
got
was
these. Scout Co made these for
nice.
those too. So
my glove
They
box
look
door
good.
for my truck was under the seat in 3 inches of dirt, non-visible. Like it was completely buried in dirt, and like I uncovered like an archaeologist in front of the seat.
Are those reflective or no? The sticker.
no, they're not. So yeah, so this little guy is going to be.
It's cool.
This is going to go in the garage for the winter to get gone through. But it's 68, so it's got the padded dash and it's got the chrome dash panels with the bezels and all that.
How do you get to your other garage? Do you have to go through an alley or something?
There's grass behind here.
Oh,
Everyone asks me that.
yeah, because I never really paid attention.
Yeah, because it's weird how that yard is taller in the back. So this one will be fun. I'm looking forward to this thing.
Turn it over or anything?
It
yet?
spins.
Yeah.
Yeah. It spins. The trans fluid's really clean. oil's ugly, but it's not metallic. So I think it won't be too bad of a job to get it going. If you look, it's got original coil and it's got old wires and all that. So if they spruce all that up, it's gonna be pretty nice.
Yeah, and the power steering's working and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's it's
So,
really rust free.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
This is
I'm very
really
glad
neat.
we brought it home. So when I picked up this Travelall for parts, and that was with my wife's blessing at the time, and when I was there, I saw this one, so I sent her pictures and asked her what she thought of it, and
She claimed it.
And I said I borrowed the tow vehicle, and I rented the trailer, so I said, what do you think? Do you like this? She said, I love that. I want it. I said, I got to find out if I can borrow the truck one more day. Because this guy let me put 1,600 miles on his truck.
Oh, yeah.
Because I made 2 trips.
Yeah.
So it was 350 miles each way, plus a little longer beyond that.
How long was the whole journey?
So I picked up that Travelall. I left with my dad to go get that. My dad just turned 80 this year. And I like to drag him along on trips because I always have. He was with me when we picked that one up.
Yeah.
That was another separate adventure too, but I've always tried to take him places, and so he went with me to pick that up. We left at 9 o'clock in the morning because he's older. I don't want to overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
So took some stops on the way, and took some rest here and there. And when we got to the guy's place, we hung out for a while. He had a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
He had some Travelalls. He had an old Unimog. He had a bunch of neat things in the shop. And we got home with that Travelall about 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 maybe. And then my wife woke me up at 3 a.m. to go again to pick up the other truck because she works really early in the morning. She starts at 12:50 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to get home early enough, so we had to leave super early. So I only got a few hours of sleep, and we did it all over again. So I was dead tired by the time we got home with this.
It's worth it.
We made it work. We got it done. So it's kind of a neat chance.
You bring on tires on it.
Yes.
I'm kind of surprised this doesn't have custom endings on it.
I don't think they were doing that by 68.
Really?
I think 67, 68, I think they just called it custom, and it was on the dashboard.
Yeah.
I think on the glove box store, that was the only place they put it. And the earlier,
Did they quit this?
I think 66. I think 66 was the last year they used the gold custom emblems on these.
And then
think.
did they quit this trim too, or no?
You could get that up to 67.
Okay.
So I'm looking for 68 trim for this. I'm talking to a guy who's probably got the spears for the bed for me. I've got the doors and fenders, so I'm probably gonna do that trim on it just because it spruce it up a little more, just make it kind of cool. And it has the rocker trim.
I got door trim for you.
From that.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh, that's
interesting
awesome.
that they quit
Yeah.
this though arbitrarily, even though it's like the same doors and stuff.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
So yeah, I did too. That's awesome.
'Cause-
So yeah, I put a different bumper on this. It had a $50 in today's prices 4x4 piece of wood on the front, and then I had a nicer grill and nicer headlight bezels. I had those sitting around, so I put those on it. That stuff was pretty rough. I put nicer turn signals on it for now, lenses. We built this in the fall, right before winter. And it sucked because I had to tear down, we had like a 1-car size shed that was in here. I had to tear that down, and I had a box from, it was a 16-foot truck box from a box truck that I had torn up. And the truck box was full of all my stuff too. So I built this around the truck box, and then I demoed the truck box and threw stuff out and put it all away. So it's obviously not finished. I got to do siding, I got to do power and gas and all that. I'm gonna run a heater out here. This is the home for the Travelall and the Scout. I just got the Scout running. I got it drivable on the road last week, which is awesome. We had this Scout for 4 years, so I got a great deal on it. So I snapped it up and held on to it until I was ready to do the work.
And this is a 64.
64. So this one came from Montana, and for all its rust, it's not very rusty.
This window comes down, right?
Yes.
I like
So-
the shoes. It has some nice shoes.
This
on
would be the first Scout I've ever had that didn't need the floors completely replaced. Ever. So that's really awesome. But yeah, so this engine I rebuilt over the winter. After I built this, I rebuilt this engine.
it. You took out a 152 and put in a
It's
192.
196. So this is all mechanically. This whole thing's been gone over. So engine transfer case.
Can you turn your light on? Well, let's go.
Is it a slant?
Nope.
It's half of a 392.
No, you just turned on the
Oh.
brightness all
It's
the
half the
way.
casting. That's the way they made it.
That's cool. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, that looks weird.
Yeah. So the only thing that I had to do different was the 152 had a fuel pump on the driver's side. They actually cut a hole in the casting. The fuel pump is in the middle of the block, sticking out. And the cam had an extra lobe for it. And this being 196, the fuel pump port is down here, like all the V8s, but it goes right where the body mount, or right where the engine mounts go for a Scout 80. So I ran an electric fuel pump on it for that, which is kind of nice anyway.
You sure that small air cleaner isn't going to ruin your engine?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, good.
And actually, I had started cutting out an old beater 10-inch round one I had, and this is a Weber carb, and it sticks up out here, and all the round ones drop right here.
Hmm.
So I decided to leave it be for now, and I don't have a lot of hood clearance either.
Yeah,
So for now, that's what it is,
I like it.
and it's fine.
We personally like the small ones.
So yeah, no, it does the job fine. So this thing has it's a 1980 engine. So everything's like a Scout 2 would be, as far as the mechanical condition of it, the way it's designed. So this thing got registered on the road 2 weeks ago. Finally got to use it on the road a bit. It's a lot of fun.
So do the 6-cylinder Scouts lose this?
I think so.
Then what?
I don't think they offered the 6 until 66, and at that point, this whole thing here is different.
Yeah, because I would assume
That would
that
make
this
sense.
is all the way up here
Yeah.
and this is gone.
Because there's a lot of space in here.
Another
There's
thing-
nothing
This is
happening.
the air dam.
Yeah. Now the thing I didn't really come to appreciate till I've kind of had a little bit of everything over the years is the balance of this is really nice with the engine being back so far,
Yeah.
because all the 8s are way up front, which is fine. It's the only place they can go. Like on my Travelall, the engine's all the way at the very front. But for
Right,
like,
yeah.
if you're going to do some trail riding and stuff, it's really nice to have that balance.
Because there definitely is a lot of.
Oh yeah, there's tons of
Air
dead
in
space.
there.
Tons. So got a short list of stuff to do to it, but for now it's done. We're gonna drive it and use it. This one is for my daughter who is not able to drive yet. Not old enough. But kid's gonna learn to drive non-synchro manual trans, which would be great. But she does like it a lot, and
Is this
she's helped with a lot of it.
factory?
Yeah. So when you fold that down, it clips here,
Oh.
but it's also nice because when you want to open the hood way further, you can hook it on
You
there.
could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's cool.
which is great. Like when I was changing out, that was really helpful.
Can you fold down the glass? I kind of want to see that.
I haven't done it,
It
so
won't
I'd
work.
prefer not to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't
yeah.
sure if you
They're-
wanted to or not.
I would probably want to oil it up really good before I did it.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
It's a constant piano hinge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it could
It's a
fall
long-
down or not. I was just thinking it would be
And
too
then
much.
is this aftermarket top?
Yeah, it's just a chibi top. It's really made for this specific vehicle because it doesn't fit the best. But I don't have a lot of hair on my head anymore, so it helps keep the sun off.
I got the same problem.
Are there tops that are supposed to go on
Yeah, they make a full soft top.
They make a full hard top, they make a half top.
I'm trading a guy for the bulkhead and the half top because this had a pickup cab, and I'm trading him for. We're trading a bunch of stuff back and forth, but it's going to have a full top on it, and then I might get a full soft top for it if she keeps getting good grades. We'll see. We'll see. The cool thing is, I told her I was going to have a hard time giving this one away because I really do enjoy it. I had the 65 a long time ago, and she said I can borrow it whenever I want, which is awesome.
So here's your one daughter's truck, and here's your other daughter's truck.
And there's our Travelette as
And
well.
there's your Travelette.
I love that sign.
Yeah.
I got a blanket with that on it.
Here's the different top options for a Scout.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
I got a bunch of cool old
This
days
is a
picking up here
This
and
is a
there.
metal pickup truck, half top, and that's a full top, and they made them out of metal.
Yeah.
This is the same as that, I guess. And that's just a.
They made a soft top half cab, I think.
Maybe
I think that's what one of them
is.
I've never seen one though.
I'm sure there was fiber too at some point.
I don't know.
So then do these pillars also come out?
No,
Or is
they
this
go up,
whole
they go
thing
down with the
The whole
wheel.
thing folds.
for the, with the
You,
pillars?
want to do it right here. There's 2 knobs.
Oh.
Just
Right.
a big threaded
Whole thing
bolts that go
Okay.
right in. Yeah, so this guy was like a fast forward, really fast, get it done project. Once I got it ready, because I kind of got sick of moving it around with no brakes and not running. And so since I rebuilt the engine over the winter, I thought, okay, well, the next time I move it, I'm gonna drive it into the garage. So that was the goal. So I got it done. So this was like after the engine was finished, this was like a 6-week, get it totally drivable on the street project.
What do you got here? 15s?
Yeah.
Does this have front discs, or is it?
No, they're
all the way?
drums. It's all factory axles and drums. But it stops pretty great. It's not a heavy truck.
Ooh, they chunked this guy, huh?
Yeah.
I thought these tires were brand new.
Front driver's side is new. But no, I worked out a deal with someone on this stuff. So, and here's the Big Daddy, the Travelall. You guys have seen that in your house.
Right.
You can see how much bigger it is than a Scout in here. They're not even nose to nose. This thing fills up the bay pretty fully.
Yeah, the
So
Scout
when
is kind of wheel well to wheel well.
Yeah. So when I worked on the plans for this garage, I measured the Travelette and made sure I had room for a shelf this deep and still enough room to get through, because the Travelette will come out through about here.
Because I think it's like 18 feet long.
Yeah. So it will go in this bay once I get all my mess sorted.
What is this trailer?
That's our camper. It's an old pop-up.
Oh, it's a camper.
It's a trailer. It's an Apache. So it looks really small. It gets
What it comes
3
out?
times its current size. So it opens up. It's really a neat design. It opens up this way and that way.
Okay.
There's a bed, the full width of it, that pulls out. The other bed, you fold out an arm, and the other bed lifts up and it pulls out. So now it's 3 times the width. And then it's got a canvas top, and it's like a tent. And it opens up at the top. And then we've got an add-on tent for it, which doubles the size of this whole thing also. It's got a vinyl floor, and it's gigantic. So it gets really big by the time it's up. The thing is, this is only like 450 pounds. So you can tow it with a car, you can tow it with anything. It's really nice.
Cool.
So our family of 4 sleeps in it all the time.
How old is this now?
69?
Is that half the Travelall, that one half fixed, the 63's passenger side?
Yes.
64?
Yeah, we picked up a 64 Travelall, man, before we even had this one. And I bought it for the gas and an air conditioning system it had. And the quarter panels aren't perfect on there, but the shape is all there, so that's why I saved them. And
Right.
the one that's on there, like typical IH stuff, right? I swap in a quarter panel, and then I have to do all the repairs to the quarter panel too, because it was rusted out on the bottom, just like the rest of them. But it was still worth the effort. What I did find out is the curvature up here is exactly as down here. So I was able to cut out the part of the old one that I had chopped out. This part was intact. So I used that to repair the bottom.
Like
And
upside down?
Yeah, and it lined up really nice. So, and I heard something similar. What was it? On the D series, the 70s. Somebody was saying that the rear corner of the pickup cab is the same as the cab corner on the D series. Which would make sense because if you make your own stampings, you try to make things as similar as you can. You wouldn't just randomly pick numbers like that. So, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's correct or not, but if someone's got a rotten truck, usually the roof is the best part of it.
For
So,
some
another
reason,
way to
it
save
seems
stuff.
like those D series over the windshield goes. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know why that happens. They come around and have a seam. So maybe it's the way they're spot welded. Maybe there's spot water gets in. I really don't know because it seems weird to me that it would do it there.
Did you cut those out?
Yes.
It looks good.
Thank you. So they never made, as far as I could tell, because I looked forever. As far as I know, they never made a 3/4 ton 60s cutout hubcap.
That's so weird.
They had this kind on the back, and that's crazy too, because that's a full floating axle with a big hub on it, and it's completely covered.
So those were
So-
supposed to be in the front?
You either put that on the front and cover up your locking hubs, kind of dumb, but I guess if you don't use them a lot, who cares? Or you just didn't have fronts. And I've seen
That's so
old
weird.
pictures of them both ways. I like the hubs, and I actually restored those hubs, got them clean and everything, so I want to see them. So I just decided to make my own. So I cut them out. I used a grinding wheel, cutoff wheel from the inside, and just gradually went around and around because I didn't want to burn it either.
Mhm.
I didn't want to heat it up too much. And then it's just got a little piece of rubber trim around it.
Have you seen anyone else do that before? Or no?
No,
It looks really good. Though.
I tried it. This was the first one I did because I had one that was dented really bad in the middle, so it was a perfect candidate to try it.
Mhm.
I figure worst thing happens, I don't like it and I
Oh,
don't do it.
yeah.
But once I put it on there, I figured I want to do the rest. So I figured it's a good way to maintain the look.
Yeah.
So because these
I'm
are,
kind of surprised that they didn't do that in the first place.
I don't know. Maybe they did. I don't know. I've just never seen it.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it either.
But-
Because you think
But
they would-
every time I go to one of the shows, I see something I haven't seen before.
Mhm.
So I never say that they didn't make something for sure because you just never know.
Yeah, they do so many weird things.
Yeah.
Someone will argue with you,
Yeah. Well, someone will show you. Look, no, they made it.
Yeah.
I have it here. Look.
right?
So I remember when I showed some of these seats with the split bench. They said they didn't make that in the '60s. And then sure enough, I found another one in the junkyard, and then started finding other people had them. And then there's a guy in Georgia that I know who found a brochure for it, and they started offering that in '67.
It's really cool how much information is like not really known until somebody just gets curious and then it's like, I'm gonna figure it
Yeah.
out, and then everyone just figures it
Yeah.
out. I think that's really cool.
And it's a hard company to figure out everything on because they didn't just have. They had a catalog,
Yeah.
but I think they had so many things you could check off, and I think they had things you could just ask for.
And a lot of
And they
things
would
now
just
are
do
just
it.
off of memory of some random
Right.
old guy from 60
Right.
years ago.
They even made
Yeah.
refrigerators that way. People could pick a taupe-colored refrigerator and all kinds of random
Yeah.
things, and that was
Yeah,
crazy that they offered options like
it's
that.
kind of nuts. So after the engine rebuild, we've put probably 1,200 miles on it now. We took a family trip up to Michigan. It's been great. We'll go 75 on the highway without complaining. Gets crappy gas mileage like all of them do, and it's a lot of fun.
And you gotta watch that gauge.
Yeah. Yeah, you can watch the gas gauge move while you go on highway. But it's a blast.
So as you can see, we're wrapping up this 2-month long in the making episode of Rare Pair Travelette. We're at Marty's house. He showed us all his stuff. We're gonna cover it back up and head for home. And we'll see you next time. I'm Mike, this is Brody, this is Marty over here. And we'll see you next time.
Oh,
You're gonna keep going?
yeah. We're right there. So actually, Brody, I'm putting these axles under the green Subaru there. gonna make it a 3/4 ton.
It'd be horrible to put the most obsolete brake drums on it on purpose.
I got a Subaru. It goes like hell, but I can't stop it.
I can't find any brakes for it. I don't know why.
Thanks for coming out.
Good times.
Alright.
We're gonna eat something.
Red Robin.
That sounds like a good plan.